This just in. Breaking news, our top story tonight. In an effort to seem more human-like, Mark Zuckerberg has announced he will be researching cryptocurrencies. Nice try, Zuck, but you're not fooling me. Next up, the cryptocurrency Tron is seeing huge gains and has made its way into the crypto top 10. Yes, Tron. Because why fucking not? Also tonight, Peter Thiel, one of the first outside investors in Facebook, is wagering millions of dollars on Bitcoin. Like that guy knows what's gonna take off. And finally tonight, Starbucks Wi-Fi might be using your computer to mine Bitcoin. The market has responded swiftly by continuing to avoid Dunkin' Donuts. All of this and more tonight on Crypto News. Before we jump into our favorite stories today, I want to remind you guys, hit that subscribe button, join the channel. We got a lot of vids coming up this year. I'm excited. If you want to stay up to date with what's happening in the world of cryptocurrency, this is the place to be. Let's jump in and talk about what the prices of crypto have been like over the last week or so. Now, in the past on this show, I've shown you the current prices, but the thing is, by the time I post the video, they're different. So it doesn't really make much sense to do that. Let's just talk about some of the overall trends that we're seeing in the last week. First up, your favorite, Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin has risen a couple $1,000s over the last few days. A lot of people were worried about what was going to happen coming into the new year. Will people sell it off to book wins for tax implications? All kinds of stuff out there people talking about, but Bitcoin held strong and actually managed to gain in 2018 so far. Our number 2 on the list, Ripple, is insane. This thing has just been absolutely blasting off. Now, around a week ago, I made some comments that I didn't like it and that I was shorting it, and I did short it for a brief period of time before closing that position. And I thought, you know what, maybe this is the top. Well, I was wrong. This thing is back. We're looking at over $3 Ripple, about $3.50 right now. Ripple has been crushing. And if you guys are interested in my thoughts and more on Ripple, I did a video recently. You might want to check it out. We've seen other gains, though. Ethereum finally crossing the $1,000 price barrier for the first time. Cardano absolutely smashing it. Stellar made moves into the top 10. This is another massively rising coin. Tron, like we talked about earlier, already in the top 10 as well. And we're seeing gains across the board. So many currencies surging massively right now. It's certainly a great time to be in the alt market. Let's get into our stories here. And I want to lead with, while we're talking about the alt market, Tron. What is this thing? How is it blown up so much? What is going on? This is a graph of the price of Tron over the last month. That's right, this graph looks like Bitcoin's entire graph, sort of in a way, over many years, but this is Tron, and this has happened in the last 30 days, so keep that in mind. 30 days ago, Tron had a price of a little over 0.2 of 1 cent, and right now Tron is worth in the vicinity of 20 cents. That is a 100x increase in a month. For a closer look at what Tron actually is, let's take a look at this article from my site Coin Central. Tronix is the official currency of Tron, which aims to be a decentralized entertainment content sharing platform, eventually leveraging blockchain and peer-to-peer network technology. Founded by a non-profit Singapore-based foundation, the Tron Foundation seeks to tackle the global entertainment industry currently valued at $1 trillion. This is probably a good time to say that I do my absolute best to put truthful information in my videos, but there are so many coins doing so many things in so many markets with so much technology going on that it is simply not going to be possible for me to never make a mistake in terms of bringing the facts to you guys and what coins do and what they are. I'm going to do my best. I'm always going to try and get the most accurate information for you guys that I can. I'm always going to try and find good articles. I'm going to do everything I can in my power to research and get you guys good information. But I want you to know it is not realistic for me to put out many videos and never, ever, ever make a mistake. And look, if it comes down to put less videos out or be okay with occasionally making a mistake, I'm going to put more videos out because I know you guys like them and I like making them. There are some things I know for sure here on the channel, like the fact that Bitcoin will only ever have 21,000,001 Bitcoins. 21,000,001 Do your research. You forgot about an entire Bitcoin, and that's like 0.469 1,000 repeating $6. They believed it. Doug made fun of BitConnect, and I was totally wrong because I like BitConnect. 1 extra Bitcoin. Thinks he's some expert. I knew they'd fall for it. Yeah. Wait. we're talking about Tron. So Tron is trying to become a decentralized entertainment content sharing platform. So, well, what are content sharing platforms? Something like even YouTube, where users can upload and people can watch. Maybe it's a content sharing platform more like, you know, when you see something like Netflix. But the difference here is that rather it being a centralized content sharing platform where a company is controlling it, it's decentralized, so it's spread across everyone and there's no central point of failure for the content sharing. Tron's open, decentralized platform and distributed storage technology will allow creators of digital content to cut out middlemen such as Apple Store and Google Play Store. Content producers will thus be able to obtain funds directly from consumers. So I'm not sure if you guys understand how the Google Store, Apple Store work right now, but basically, if you create an app for one of those and you want to put it onto the Play Store, you kind of have to do that in order for users to be able to download and find your app. So essentially, Apple and Google, they're making it so that in order to get to these products, you kind of have to use their service. Now, it's really profitable for them because they take a cut of it. I think it's a fairly large cut too. I'm not really in the Google and Apple Play Store game, but that means that the content and the consumers, that the content creators and the consumers, they're just losing a cut to a middleman that doesn't really have to be there at all. When I read further into this article, you know, I have to say I'm not a big fan of all of the phases to this project because it sounds almost Scientology-like. Look at the name of some of these phases. So we start off with Exodus, which is where we are, and then Odyssey, Great Voyage and Apollo, Star Trek, just straight up Star Trek is one of the phases, and Eternity. Sounds pretty nice. Anytime I see terms that look especially grand, I tend to be a little bit sketched out. But here's the thing about this project. The guy who founded Tron is an absolute sicko. CEO and founder of Tron, Justin Sun, is often said to be the next Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba. Sun holds an extremely impressive resume at just 27, including a graduate from the University of Pennsylvania, 2015 Forbes China 30 Under 30, 2017 Forbes Asia 30 Under 30, founder of the Chinese Snapchat, all these different things that he's accomplished. So this guy's really impressive. He's done a lot, obviously a successful guy, and now he's putting, you know, his best foot forward here into this cryptocurrency. They also have their own token, the Tron 20 token, in an effort to allow for ICOs through Tron. Now, this is similar to like with Ethereum, how they have ERC20 tokens. This would be a Tron 20 token. I think they're trying to allow people to have ICOs using that token. You're probably sitting there asking yourself, okay, we get it, Tron, but should I buy some or not? And you know what? That's really lazy of you. How about you go do your research? I'm done. You guys are asking for too much. I don't know. Our next story is Peter Thiel saying that he's betting millions of dollars on Bitcoin. When it comes to picking winners, you can't do much better than this guy. He was the first outside investor for Facebook, and he bought a just over 10% equity share for $500,000. He ended up selling that share for around $1 billion. Think about that ROI. It's like, let me think. It's like a month and a half of owning Tron. There's not too much to report here other than $15 to $20 million worth of Bitcoin were bought for his fund, but it's still a notable story to see important people getting into the cryptocurrency space. Our next story is on Starbucks. Apparently you were getting more than that overpriced pumpkin spice latte. At some Starbucks, if you use the free Wi-Fi, it was actually putting a code onto your computer to mine Bitcoin. This story was first broke on Twitter by Noah Dinkin, who highlighted the parts of the code being used to mine Bitcoin, and tweeted at Starbucks saying, "Hi Starbucks, did you know that your in-store Wi-Fi provider in Buenos Aires forces a 10-second delay when you first connect to the Wi-Fi so it can mine Bitcoin using a customer's laptop? Feels a little off-brand." Noah, I find that downright offensive. I don't think you understand Starbucks brand. Starbucks responded saying, "As soon as we were alerted of the situation in this specific store last week, we took swift action to ensure our internet provider resolved the issue and made the changes needed in order to ensure our customers could use Wi-Fi in our store safely." So apparently it only happened in Buenos Aires, but it's hard to say exactly how widespread this could have been. Here's the thing. Bitcoins are valuable, and if you can get a lot of people all mining Bitcoin unknowingly, you can make a lot of money using their computers to do it. I think we're going to see more and more of this stuff. Unknowing rubes are going to get duped into thinking that They're just on a website when really their computers are being used to mine cryptocurrencies. Computing power is very valuable right now, and if you can find a way to do it as a hacker, that's pretty much a gold mine. All we know here is of one isolated instance, so maybe it was just a very small thing in a very small portion of the world. But generally speaking, when you first find something like this, there were other issues elsewhere. Maybe not with Starbucks, maybe with some other companies offering free Wi-Fi. So be careful. And look, free Wi-Fi, it's really not that free. Moving on, let's talk about our top story tonight. Zuckerberg has announced he's getting into cryptocurrency. Now, he's researching it. It's not exactly clear what he's going to be doing, but he made this post on Facebook earlier today. Every year I take on a personal challenge to learn something new. I've visited every US state, run 365 miles, built an AI for my home, read 25 books, and learned Mandarin. Oh, thanks, Zuck. You know, I was worried that you only had a gajillion dollars, but now I see you're actually also pretty much fucking amazing.
Do you think they'll think I'm human if I masturbate in the first paragraph?
Anyway, the post goes on for a little bit. He does talk about some of the challenges that Facebook has had to face as far as what they've allowed to happen on the platform, and they're going to attempt to do a better job. But where it gets interesting to us here at Crypto News is when he starts to talk about trends. There are important counter trends to this, like encryption and cryptocurrency, that take power from centralized systems and put it back into people's hands. But they come with the risk of being harder to control. I'm interested to go deeper and study the positive and negative aspects of these technologies and how best to use them in our services. What this could mean for crypto is interesting. There are a lot of complex ideas on the table. My personal thoughts are that we're going to be rich. Which raises another good psychological question. When Lambo? This can only be a good thing. Zuck might be getting in the mix on some Bitcoin. My God, I hope he doesn't like Ripple. We don't need that right now. The more attention that crypto gets, the more likely it is to be successful, the more people will innovate on these technologies, and the better it is for the future. I'm extremely excited about this news, and I'm interested to see what Zuck's going to have to say. That's going to do it for me here at Crypto News. Again, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button and join the team.